Working as intended.
Oh, bye, guys! Yeah, we're still in Realm Reborn. There's so much stuff in this game. Where'd I leave off? Am I in more donuts? Yep, I'm in more donuts. I still have lots of stuff in my inventory. But first, let's do Ehcatl stuff. I have to advance the story there. Save my engineer dude. And continue to do more dailies? Anyways, what's going on, Sezel? Sezel appears desperate to have Tataramu back at work on the Dezel Quellan. Squawk greetings! Good mood of the camp dampened it is. Dark and dreary. Lie dormant, Dezel Quellan does. Like deflated balloon, fly without Tataramu's touch, it cannot. Rely on Tataramu we did, more than Sezel realized. Become hard if it caught on 9 Tataramu has. Well, let's go rescue him. Despite this helpless feeling, Sezel does ask Monica to visit Gridania and parley with Highwind Skyways. Sezel would. Squawk! Only fledglings sit and screech and do nothing. Tataramu needs to fly and give him that chance we will. Caw caw caw! So serious Sezel has become. Being small featherless one, bring small featherless one back to us. Monica must. They're called Lalafell. All right, rescue mission. Am I heading down below? Aha, private clerk. I'm sorry, were you addressing me? If you have business proposals or seek employment, then I must ask that you first make an appointment through the official company represent. You wish to know Tataramu's whereabouts? I assume you're referring to Master Tataramu? Forgive me, but I must inquire as to your relationship with the chairman's son. I failed to see how someone of your apparent... Arg, it's you! You were there in that filthy Ehcatl cap! You're the one who conspired with those... Brittlone savages to kidnap Master Tataramu. Well, I'm certainly not about to share any information with disreputable ruffians such as you. Shoo, be gone. Betalond? Groan. Now I shall be late in boarding the chairman's flight to Corinthus. He has a very important meeting at the observatorium with very important people. Well, thanks for giving that up. Don't diss my Betalond friends. Can't just fly in one of their windows. Keep their windows closed, it's cold. Guy's over here anyways. You in here? Hi, private clerk. Tatabaru. You again? However did you know where to... well, I'll not stumble like that a second time. Now, keep quiet. Chairman Tatabaru is engaged in extremely delicate negotiations and is not to be disturbed. You're still asking after Master Tataramu? Ugh, will you not be silent? You absolutely must know. The young man accompanied us here as part of his continued education and company management. His chambers are guarded by our loyal, not to mention lethal retainers, so you can forget any plans to spirit him away again. Alright, let's look for our Lala friend. Lala friend, where are you? Gonna take your business shit and Tata ram it up your ass. Bad father. There he is. Hello! Oh, Monica, what are you doing here? Sezel sent you broken without me, you say? I never imagined that the absence of my skills would be so keenly felt. I am flattered, but as dearly as I would love to stroll out the door with you, I'm afraid things aren't that simple. Father dragged me along on the pretense that I would be learning the trade, then confined me into this room. I'm practically a prisoner. You see the guards anyway, and should I attempt to take even one step across the threshold, those company-bought thugs will stop me in my tracks. There must be a way past them that doesn't involve outright violence. Just so you know, I happen to be good at outright violence. I have it. You must need to speak with Templeton, the Skywind's employee stationed here at the observatorium. He's aided us with component crafting before and is one of the few people in the company I might consider an ally. Wily he may be, but it is that exact trait that will serve us now. Hello. Good day to you, adventurer. What may poor Templeton do to serve you on this cold and miserable day? Which, come to think of it, very well describes every day on this godforsaken croc-infested stretch of icy hell. Looking to break Master Tataramu from his confinement, are you? Well, now, I'm sure I couldn't possibly lend my assistance to such a shady undertaking, and I certainly wouldn't suggest the use of a particularly potent sleeping potion, wink wink. Our sellswords have grown fond of drinking mulled wine in an effort to forget their freezing extremities, and I'm sure they wouldn't question the appearance of another bottle on the table. It would hardly be your fault if they overindulged and found themselves snoring under the table till morning. Ahem, away with you and your nefarious schemes, and be sure to pass on my regards to the chairman's son. Not being sneaky at all. Care for a drink? Have some of this. Alright, escape time. Let's break you out of here. What news? Was Templeton able to offer a solution to a dilemma? He gave you, what, a sleeping potion? Well, I hope this function has no lasting ill effects. If past experiences ought to go by, those retainers should be well into their cups by now. I'll sneak past as quickly as I dare and meet you outside. Alright, bye. Honestly, I can't just take a mount with multiple seats and just fly him out of here. Sneaky, sneaky. We gonna sneak away? Sneaky. Not sneaky. So far, so good, it would seem. Now let's return to Cells Camp before my father concludes his negotiations. A word with you, Master Tataramu. Hi, old man. Coulson, when did you arrive in Coulson? It's good to see you. I know what you're planning, lad, and you know what will happen should you go through with it. Your father will not tolerate this defiance. You've taken his side. I thought that you at least would support me in this. Pray take a moment to consider your father's perspective. He only wants what is best for the future chairman of Highwind Skyways. The world you stand up to inherit is not the world in which the rest of us live. There are commoners and there are kings. We are all born into our fates and the responsibilities they bring. I am no prince. I am but the privileged brat of an airship empire. And how did the empire come into being? Highwind Skyways merely copied the balloons of the Ixal and hopped a little into the air. I care not for our company's reputation or its profits. Fortune, prestige, its aims are so low. Sizzle and Ehcatl 9 are reaching for the heavens. They have grand dreams and a passion like any I've seen before. They seek to restore their lost wings, and God damn it, I would help them. I would share in that vision, soar in the same sky. That is all I wish for. Gonna help us out, old man? Go, Master Tataramu. I will speak with the chairman myself. I'll convince him of the depth of your desire, as you have convinced me. You will? I've underestimated you, youngster. Those eyes, that mask of determination, it is like witnessing a decades-old memory come to life. There can be no doubt that your grandfather's blood runs hotly in your veins. Coulson, my buddy. Quickly now, off with you. The longer I stand here in the biting cold, the more my hip starts to ache. Oh, for the fervent heat of youth. Thanks, old man. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. We have kept Cells waiting long enough. It's been a journey. You sure you don't want to fly with me? Oh well, just teleport. Guess who's coming back? Your boy! Your best boy. Best Lala. Hello! Chief Tullock, your designer has returned. Sizzle? Fogged up for no reason, Goggles did. Not tears of joy, not humidity. Listen, we'll talk to make up for the lost time. We must work and work until Desert Colony is complete, until hands ache and sweat turns to blood. Yes, sir. Found you. Found camp we have. Reeking pile of dung hidden in forest. No, not now. Knew you were sneaking about, we did, but know why we did not until now. Preening feathers for forest people, making unsanctioned balloon. Crime against goddess and our people you have committed, harsh your punishment will be. Break it all, burn it down. Leave you to stew in fear we shall. Hear of this treachery our Natlan brothers will. Squawk. Pluck their feathers, snap their bones. Fight time? Suzzle, what do we do? Fondness they have. Suzzle knew this day would come. Squawk, too soon it is. If but complete Desert we can. Alright, level 16 quest complete. Reputation up. I am now honored. New Excel Daily, more new ones. So I guess we're just preparing for when war comes. Better ship? New parts? No? Thank you, Geology. The construction of Desert Colony is almost complete. With the return touching, my few final adjustments are now all that stand between the Ehcatl 9 and the distant skies, as well as more rep, which I need 1320. That should take like 3 to 4 days. Considering there's like 20 something daily quests you can do and you only take 12. My weapon is still low level, 49. But you know what? Maybe we should try getting Amdapor Keep done. That was quick. Man, it's been a long time since I've done this place. Spoopy place. with cultists. Very spooky place. All we need to know is AoE. And AoE more. Kill that trash. Kill it while dragging it along. Let me go up this path. My weapon is garbage, but I'm pretty sure at this point everyone's an eye level like 130, so place ends up being pretty trivial. Give him a take less damage area. Press one button, win the game. Hey, this first boss is a mind flayer, right? There used to be golem things to do on this boss, but nowadays he dies so fast you don't have to worry about too many golem things. He's calling the true boss. And he's like, I'm dead. The boss didn't even get rid of my shield. So you know, summon this big golem back in the back of the room. That didn't do too much damage. There, he's rezzing the golem. Golem AoE. Just fucking kill the boss. Swiftcast Adlo. Mobile Adlo. Statue time. Take less damage zone. Oh, enemies are getting fucked up. Treasure. The best healing spell in the game, Art of War. Remember, the faster the enemies die, the less damage your tank takes. It's mitigation. Time for the demon wall. Murder hole. Out to in. Now this boss is getting fucked up. Repel, knockback. Oh, bye guys! Rez. Hooray for outgetting it. I think like when you normally come here you have like 2,000 hit points. Wish I could Icarus. Alright, murder. Something hide behind pillars during AoE. Or just ignore it and just heal through it. We got a big bad beast. Don't stand in front, don't stand behind. Stand on sides, I think. I don't know, it's been a while since I did this. Oh, big shield. I knew it, don't stand behind. Rotten breath. Asuna! Oh, gives him the look. So this is like the big AoE, you were supposed to hide behind the thing, but now it's just like, lol. Did it. Easy. Even with an eye level 49 weapon. Alright, get fucked. Did it! Hooray! Bonus Poetex. Oh, everybody's gone. Oh well, at least it means I get treasure. Alright, I think we forgot to get the treasure chest that has Amdapori stone in it. But it doesn't matter, if I ever need that, I'll just go on my main and just farm this place. Got our Amdapori thing, right? Hey cool, I got accommodation, I guess somebody liked me. Hello, I'm back. Please load in. There we go, I have your thingamajig. Clear on the deal, then run along and fulfill your part of it. Well, I mean, I have this glyph. Ah, good on you, this is exactly what I was after. You've honored your part of the bargain, and so I'll do the same. Alright, over to deliver copy of the War of the Magi to Geralt. Yeah, I should consider doing some hunts, because you can get eye level 110 gear from hunts really easily. Hey, Geralt. Back to pester me so soon, judging from the smirk on your face, I take you found what you need. Yep, I got you this book. Here you go. Ah, this text is about the military scholars of old, alright, but gods, would it have killed the bugger that wrote it to use bloody normal words? It'll take me bleeding moons to get through this lot. Time I could be spending on kettles. God, why? While I try to make head or tail of it all, why don't you take this here unfinished Omnilex and try it out? As I mentioned before, it's still missing some as... but it's all there shape-wise, meaning it would serve you just as fine as an ordinary weapon. Seeing as you're a rifle scholar, mayhap you'll be able to find out exactly what it wants for. That's to say, get out there and fight some nasty foes. The scholars who went before you must have done back in the day. The saps of spawning grounds over in western Noshaw to serve your needs. And put yourself against some saps of Shelfspine, Shelfclaw, and Shelftooth, 8 of each, as I say. Then come back and tell me what you glean. With the information in text and your first-hand experience, I reckon we'll solve this puzzle yet. Oh. Going up. Heading up here. Over in Sahaglands. I mean, it's item level 50. Do I have to have it equipped? While equipped with it. Okay. That is a yes. Let's head on up here and murder some enemies. Let's do some murder. With some AoE. That's okay, my fairy can heal me plenty. Oh, you got fucked up. Go dive right into these guys. Hi, guys! How's it going? Murder. Murder. Alright, well, I don't need you ballistas, so I'll just move on. It's not like you guys are gonna chase me. Interrupt your conversation, fuckers. Can you go and kill these 24 enemies? We'll spawn 6 of them. Bully all of you guys again. You guys are doing fuck all to me. Because fairy healy things. Done. Enemies have been thoroughly bullied. I'm back already. By the frown you're wearing, I take it you got nothing to show for your time with the fishbacks. Might be you might want for better sport, and I was just the creature that'll give it to you, the hydra that reigns over the fiends within Ehcatl. A nasty piece of work that. Try not to piss your bridges when you see it. Alright, and here we go, another trial. Duty Finder, please note that the trial must be completed while equipped with the unfinished copy. Have to head to the portal first, though. Here I am back at Ehcatl. Alright, the Hydra is now accessible. Let's go kill it. Oh, while we're waiting, should we go and do some stuff at Limsa, I guess? Let's head up here to the Culinarians Guild. It's been a long time since I've done class quests. Hello, I'm ready to suffer. Still seems to be concerned about Diving Dove's health. Who was that again? Great time, just so appears I got tasking for you that'll test your ingenuity in the kitchen. Diving Dove's looking a lot less tense thanks to your dried prunes, but she's still a bit on the pale side for my liking. Oh yeah, she had the bowel issue. Woman needs some red meat in her if you ask me, and I want you to cook it. A nice big Aldgoat steak should put some color back in her cheeks. Thing is, Diving Dove don't care much for the meat. Aldgoat's tough as leather, you see, and it's got pretty pungent flavor to boot. Highlander's just about the only folk who enjoy it. Safe to say you'll need to do something about the texture and taste if you want Diving Dove to eat your Aldgoat steak. Got all that? Good, now run along, eh? Well, I'm already finished. Hi, Diving Dove, I have some food for you. You like my opinion on a dish? Very well. What do you have for me? I have this Aldgoat steak. Here you go, have some high-quality Aldgoat steak. Oh, is this what I think it is? If so, I must warn you that I'm not particularly fond of Aldgoat. My valuation may not be the most objective. But if you insist... Alright, inspect it. My word, are you certain this is Aldgoat? It's not chewy in the slightest. You've done a fine job of tenderizing the meat, I must say. What's more, I can scarce make out the pungent flavor remains, to be sure, but it's somehow pleasant, almost delicious when complemented by garlic. Being rich in iron, Aldgoat is supposedly good for you, but its texture and taste leave a lot to be desired. Which is why I've always loathed this stuff. How ironic that you would choose me of all people to sample you. Wait a minute, this is another one of the Guildmaster's schemes to nurse me back to health, isn't it? Why that interfering? I said I would take better care of myself, didn't I? Apparently he thinks he knows better. Humph. At any rate, does nothing to detract from your achievement. You've made me change my mind about Aldgoat, and that's no small coup. No chef in my native Olda would have gone to such length to make the meat appealing. They would have dismissed it as lowly fare, unworthy of their time. Olden cuisine is a true product of life in the Southern Sea, rife with pomp and pretense. I began my career there, but soon grew weary of it and all charlatans masquerading as gourmands. To hear them speak, one would assume that gold leaf was an essential part of every meal. That is why I came to Limsa. And thank the gods that I did. Here the people's love of cuisine is simple and pure, and it shows in the dedication of our guild members. That a day goes by that I do not count myself fortunate to have been given the opportunity to work alongside fine culinarians like you. Thanks. I'll take some money. I don't need any gear. Considering I'm wearing, like, Heaven's Word gear. Alright. But I get a lot of experience for this, too. Let's head on back up here and talk to you again. Hello. Level 30 quest. Wants you to cook for a distinguished guest in his stead. Bollocks! Me hand! How in the 7 hells am I meant to cook with one bloody hand? God, of all goddamn times I could have heard it. Why did it have to be now? Forgive my language, lass. Don't worry, it ain't serious. Well, it is a bit serious, to tell the truth. Gone and knackered me and trying to catch a fallen crate, see? It'll heal and all, but it hurts like a bastard. Can't so much as scratch my ass with it. Never mind, hold a skillet. It wouldn't be so bad, but we got ourselves a bigwig coming to dine today, one of the most powerful men in Ulda. Now, I've been in the business for decades, and I ain't no stranger to coddled dignitaries who whine about the color of the bloody crockery and how there's too much parsley garnished on top of their soup, but this ain't no ordinary coddled dignitary we're dealing with. This one fancies himself a food critic, and he's always out to find a fault, real or not. And that ain't the worst of it. Owing to his influence, he's driven more than a few respectable establishments into the ground. For this, he's named himself the name of Chefsbane in culinary circles. Each time the man's dined at the Bismarck, I've personally done the cooking so as to avert disaster. Don't get me wrong, I've got complete trust in all my chefs, but if the Bismarck goes under, the guild goes with it, and that ain't a burden I can put on just anyone's shoulders. But this time, someone else is going to have to fill in for me. I want that someone to be you, Monica. You've proven yourself more than capable, and in high-pressure situations besides. I'm confident you won't let us down. You do well to begin by talking with Davidelle, bidding a native all that it might be, as she knows something of the Lord Lorito. I have more of the situation, but don't panic. Though the guildmaster is indisposed, all is not yet lost. In case you're unfamiliar with it, he is the head of the East Aldenar Trading Company. Though you may not have heard that name before, you almost certainly have heard of the many famous brands it owns, such as Ehcatl lapidaries and sunsilk tapestries. Lord Lolorito's countless successes have made him the wealthiest man in Olda, a place where wealth and influence are synonymous. It goes without saying that he has a seat on the syndicate, the cabal that rules the Sultanate. Lest you wonder, Olda is only notionally a Sultanate these days. Anyway, as is often the way with men of means, Lord Lolorito is a lover of fine cuisine, and as the Guildmaster list mentioned, he's made a name for himself as a ruthless food critic. The man has a penchant for making life miserable for us chefs. Indeed, he never placed an order, but demands instead that you impress him, and herein lies our first dilemma: what to serve. Lest you think the fate's unduly mischievous, I'm happy to report that the odds are not wholly stacked against us. It just so happens that Lolorito's butler, followed by the name of Nono Pesa, is dining at the bulwark at this very moment. This is a golden chance to learn what manner of dish Lolorito craves. Go to Nono Pesa on the terrace and try to coax the information out. Good luck. Thanks. But I have this Hydra to kill. This guy's not that hard, too. I think it's easier than Chimera. All I have to worry about is puddles on the ground, kill the ads, and when he goes to the middle and does that fear thing, just go to the center. It's a donut attack. Although everyone tends to get hit by random shit because he has a tail swipe. And he has a breath attack. White breath. Privileged breath. Great balls of fire. Alright, people, don't put them all in the middle. We need space for art to avoid his donut attack. Yep, fear itself. Get in the middle. Whee! Some people got feared. They're still feared. He's run around for so long. That's a mean thrash. But he's getting his ass kicked. Dude stood in the fire. But he's dead. Extra poetics. It's nice to get extra poetics, because I need that delicious eye level 130 gear. That's right, fuck you. Duty complete! Hooray! Yay! Is everybody gonna be gone? Yep, everybody's gone, all alone. Alright, back to culinary things. Nono Pesa's definitely a Lalafell name. Hello, Lala. Looks like a smug Lala just fucking smoking it here. Hello! I'm sorry, I think I may have misheard. Did you say that you would be preparing Lord Lolorito's meal? Well, this is rather unexpected, but if Master Linskath saw fit to entrust the task to you... Linksath. Then you must not be without skill. You wish to know what my master desires to eat? Ha ha ha! Finally cursed someone to ask me that question. It is my duty to see that my lord never wants for comfort, not pleases me more than to see Lord Lolorito in high spirits. As such, I should be glad to share with you what I know. Shortly prior to arriving in Limsa, my master spoke of being seized by a craving for a hearty meal of meat. Though he did not mention a specific dish, I happen to know that smoked raptor is a particular favorite of his. Needless to say, a man of such refined taste as he would expect no less than the finest sample of the dish. I hope this information serves you well. Lord Lolorito is due to conclude his business negotiations presently, and will desire to take his meal thereafter. Once the smoked raptor is ready, pray bring it to me. I shall see it delivered to my master. The higher the quality... Oh, okay, it's telling you about high quality shit. Well... Remember, well, except nothing less than the best, your smoked raptor must be the final example of the dish, prepared with the utmost skill. Well, I have it. Check it out. Raptor received. The smoked raptor is very good. Now, I trust you won't object to an inspection, lest you worry about your handiwork being defaced. My years serving Lolorito have taught me how to taste with sight and smell alone. Alright, inspect it and be surprised. It's like the fucking meat's bigger than he is. By the gods, this raptor is sublime! The marriage of cracked pepper and sun lemon begets an irresistible fragrance that perfect complements the aroma of the meat. You know what? This questline's gonna make me hungry. The flavor is rounded out with the mellow fruitiness of olive oil, which also lends the shank of lustrous sheen that tantalizes the eye. I've presided over Lord Lolorito's dining table for many years. And I can say without reservation, this is the most delectable smoked raptor I've ever had the pleasure of not eating. It is of little wonder that Master Linskath... I'm gonna keep messing that up. Limsa deemed you fit to cook in his stead. I doubt that even he could have delivered a better rendition of my master's favorite dish. You, madame, are quite a culinarian. Oh, but I sense you are more relieved than flattered. Hardly surprising, I suppose. Much and more is said of my lord's uncompromising approach to cuisine. While I will not refute the rumors, you may rest assured that the Bismarck has no cause to worry. Now that if you'll excuse me, I must see my lord's meal delivered to him. You may look forward to hearing his judgment anon, entirely without trepidation if my senses do not fail me. Pray send Master Limsa my compliments. Alright. It's like, isn't Lalafell part of the story anyway later anyways? But yeah, this whole quest line, if you actually come back here after you've gone into heaven, like, or partway into Heaven's Ward, or just about at Heaven's Ward, it, like, brings back characters who are supposed to be incapacitated. So it's pretty much just, like, retconned. You did it, Monica. You impressed the pants off Lalafell's butler. Nona Pesa knows his master tastes better in his own, and his approval all assurance I need. The guild's safe, and it's all thanks to you. You never cease to amaze me. You came to us with nary any knowledge of cooking, and now you're like a second left hand. Ew. Well, that didn't come out right. What I meant to say was, you're as useful to me as a hand I hold my Skillet with, something no culinary can do without. You've got it in you to be one of the finest chefs in the realm, and I would see you fulfill your potential. Promise me you'll keep your cooking. Of course I will. I need to make gil. I need to craft food for, like, raids and stuff. On my main, at least. Wants you to learn about other aspects of the restaurant business. Sure. Right, now I'm getting a business degree. Right, good of you to drop in again. You'd be surprised how many of your guildmates stop coming out together thinking they know all that needs knowing. What does any scholarly would tell you? That learning never stops, and I speak from experience. There's some as say I'm the best in the realm, but there ain't a day that passes that I don't discover something new. Now, you and me, we're chefs first and foremost, and there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want you to speak with Letitia, our bookkeeper. After coming to us, she herself was a scholarly doing customs work at Malan's Gate. You stand to learn much and more by seeing things from her perspective. What am I on an episode of Kitchen Nightmares? I'm into the business side of shit. Hi, Letitia. Ah, the chef who prepared Lord Lalafell's meal in the Guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Bismarck's reputation came through unscathed. We all owe you for that, so what brings you to my counter? Master Limsa would have you learn about the restaurant business at large, you say? Of course, it would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. Before we begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long day and busy shift, and I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal. By way of board, might it trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? Ratatouille? And call me spoiled, but please make it the most exquisite serving you can manage. My thanks in advance. Well, it just so happens I have some done already. I don't mean to rush you, but if it takes much longer, I fear I'll pass out from exhaustion. I have 3 of them. Here, have a high quality one. Oh, you're gonna inspect it? Ah, such an enticing aroma. I will enjoy this right away. You're inspecting it, not eating it? I can't remember the last time I had such had one so tasty. It was truly wonderful, and with my hunger sated, we can now delve into the kind of work I do here. In fact, you've just witnessed one of my more important duties, keeping track of our members' progress. I found that sampling each person's rendition of ratatouille gives a marvelous insight into their growth. Owing to its simplicity, the vegetable sauté leads itself well to variation, allowing the chef to pour himself into its creation. Indeed, your own bespeaks your ability to create a quality dish under strict time constraints. Do not underestimate that skill. You'll find a great deal of a restaurant's success lies in performing tasks expeditiously. As an example, some other services I provide are procuring ingredients, ensuring our equipment functions, and perhaps most importantly, listening to our customers. If any of these tasks were ignored for an extended period, it's fair to say the Bismarck would fall into chaos, and our name would lose its considerable luster. While I trust you now have something of an insight into my responsibilities, I only wish that all our members would share your curiosity about what goes into running this place. Alright, thanks for the money. Alright, more quests complete. Keep working through those class quests. Hello, what next? Wants you to assist Letitia with a matter of great import. Oh, you're just the last I was looking for. Would say you'd be the last that Letitia was looking for. She's in need of some practiced hands and got the only ones she'll trust. Besides mine, of course, but I've got some of my own matters to attend to. Take for warning, though, the better you get, the more others will turn to you. 'Tis a fine feeling being relied upon, but it can be a right pain in the ass. Anyway, enough of me prattle. Run along, find out what Letitia wants. Hello, accountant. What do you need? My thanks for agreeing to help. Now, I'll tell you the details of your task, but I must ask that you keep it in the utmost confidence. The Admiral is scheduled to host an afternoon tea for visiting dignitaries, and the Bismarck has been called upon to provide the repast and refreshments. I've been charged with conceiving the menu and require help making a few sample dishes. I would be grateful if you would prepare blood currant tart, a serving of pastry fish, and a cup of chamomile tea, all of the finest quality. As a woman of the sea, the Admiral drinks liquor like most folk drink water, but the same cannot be said of her guests. Hence the afternoon tea as opposed to say a dinner banquet. Alas, we know little and less of their taste besides that, so I'm forced to consider a whole variety of options. It's proven to be quite a task, but with your help, I'm confident we will serve a menu to please. I'm missing chamomile tea. Pretty sure I have that on an alt. My alt has every tea except for chamomile tea. Guess I'll just craft one. While I'm out here, I might as well speak to Geralt. Hello, I beat that dragon. You're still alive. Why the hell does the adventurers have to be so goddamn sturdy? I suppose you're sure you'd be Hydra dung by now. This guy's kind of rude. What's done is done, or in this case, not done. Anyway, let's talk about what that text you brought. It contains accounts of the major clash that took place during the War of the Magi. The inch of the Battle of the Gods' grip jumped out at me, and this was when the Nimians took the Amdapor host by surprise as it made its beach land and taken the siege to the besiegers, as it were. As they want to do, the scholars played a key role in the victory, though that didn't interest me near as much as the passage that touched on the Omnilex. Turns out the patterns and covers are means to improve the flow of aether from the wielder's hands, and I thought of merely decorations. You learn something every day, huh? As you can see, I've done my research. I trust you've been pulling your weight, pulling the relic to you, so I said, well, go on then, tell me what you've learned. Is that so? I had wondered about that. Based on what you've gleaned from the text and your first-hand experience, I'll rework the relic so as to improve your affinity with it. Hand it over for a second, will ya? Alright, here you go. You're gonna make it better. Hammer that book. That's right, hammer that book. Their deed's done. That leaves us with one last step. That is, fully merge in the old relic, the new host, and the soul of the bearer. Aye, that's you. Only then can the weapon be restored to its former glory. For this I need a fire that's hotter than the seventh hell, and to keep such a fire alive and raging I need a wind that's fiercer than our hangover I had last week. God, you know what I mean. Just let me get a white hot ember, a howling gale, a chunk of hyper-fused ore, and I'll finish your bloody weapon. I need a bottle of Radzahan quenching oil as well to cool it off. Alright, so now I gotta do the actual fights on hard mode. So I guess back to the main scenario. Alright, but back for cooking things. Alright, I'm back with your food and drink. And how are the items I quest coming along? Lest you forget. Yep, I got them all. There's that tart, pastry fish, and tea. Now inspect them. Such a tantalizing medley of aromas, I cannot wait to sample each one. How's it looking? That's a big tart. You've outdone yourself yet again. As soon as our guests seat themselves at the table, their noses will be enticed by the rich, relaxing fragments of chamomile. Having taken a warming sip of the tea, their attention will turn next to the tart and pastry for an instant. They are at a loss, as both dishes are prepared with such loving detail. Is this mere food to consume, or art to admire? They feel a twinge of sadness that they must deface such beauty, but that sensation is short-lived. For no sooner do their teeth break the flaky crust than they experience a veritable symphony of tastes and textures. The making of pastries and sweets demands not only a delicate hand, but artistic sense besides, and Jumhagar possesses both. I can recommend you to the Admiral without reserve. I owe you an apology and an explanation. I wasn't being wholly forthright with you. While I'm indeed tasked with conceiving the menu for the Admiral's functions, it was also my job to select the guild member who will serve as her chef. And I'm thrilled to inform you that that honor shall fall to you, the woman who passed my test with flying colors. There's no doubt in my mind that you will represent the Bismarck admirably. Keep up fine work and be close at hand for when the Admiral has need of you. Alright, thanks. I'll take that money. You don't really learn any superpowers in this quest line, I see. 156,000 experience. Alright, level 45. Has received word that a foreign dignitary has arrived at Limsa. I'm told you passed Letitia's test with flying colors, and now you're to cook for the Admiral's official functions. Well, time's come for you to begin flexing culinary muscles for the good of Limsan diplomacy. Word arrived from the bridge just now. A foreign dignitary has come to Limsa, and the Admiral wants us, which I mean you, to fashion the meal together. Teacher's got all the details, so you'll want to speak with her. Go and do us proud. Sure. I probably already have all the food made, too. I've been waiting for you, as I'm sure Limsa informed you. We are playing host to a man of some importance, an emissary from the Holy See of Ishgard. Your task is to prepare a dish that will satisfy him. When the Admiral receives foreign visitors, she ordinarily requests that we serve them the best of Limsan cuisine. This time, however, she wishes to treat her guests to a taste of home away from home, a gesture of goodwill. To this end, you are to prepare a serving of Dismel gratin. 'Tis a baked dish of Ehcatl and papotas, creamy and warming, that is mainstay in the cold climes of Ishgard. Suffice it to say that only the finest sample dish, made with only the finest ingredients, will do on this occasion. Well, I just so happen to have it done. Yes, it's ready. Here you go. Inspection time! Ah yes, it certainly looks and smells the part. Let us see if the same can be said of the taste. It's delicious. Oh my, simply exquisite. The crust is baked to golden perfection and breaking yields the creamy goodness beneath. Ehcatl tends to be lean and sinewy, but grinding it solves a problem. These grinders have prepared the meat in this fashion since eras past, and I am pleased to see that you have done likewise. As for the popota slices, they are bold enough to be cooked through, yet not so much as to render them bereft of texture. In summary, your Dismel gratin leaves naught to be desired. Lest you wonder, the dish takes its name from one of Ishgard's oldest and proudest families. House Dismel has long stood at the forefront of castle building. Legend has it the family created this dish in order to fill the bellies and warm the hearts of the workers, and I'm confident your rendition will do the same for our esteemed guest. Today your culinary creation shall serve not only to sate hunger, but also to close this between nations. You can hold your head up high, keep up your efforts, and soon you'll become the equal of Master Limsa himself. More monies! The dignitary doesn't even get to meet the chef. Alright, level 56. Oh, level 50 quest. Revenge of the Chefsbane. I don't need any of this gear. But I could probably use the tool. Limsa needs you to prepare a banquet fit for a sultana. Oh, is Nanamo visiting? I think the gods are here. Harmonica, the admiral is due to receive the Sultana of Ulda, and the Bismarck's been called on to handle a welcoming feast, but that ain't the half of it. Sana specifically requested that your cooking be served. It seems word of your talents reached her Grace's ears, and now would be that she must sample your culinary creations. Now that's all well and good, but there's a bleeding lot at stake here. Pleasing the Sana would win you more acclaim than else you can do, but if you were to bug her up, well, I'd rather not dwell on it. Right now all we know is that she's keen to dine on something tasty, but if you want to guarantee her your royal client satisfaction, you'll need to learn what she's hankering for. As always, you can count on the help of your guildmates. For starters, you'd do well to consult Dive and Dove, women's from Alda, as you know, and might be she can offer some insights on Sultana's preferences. Off you go now, and good luck. Back to you. Please teach me. In Alda, commoners like myself seldom get the chance to see the Sultana in the flesh. 'Tis a great honor being called upon to prepare her Grace's meal, but I warn you to proceed with caution. I'm sure you will call Lord Lolorito your erstwhile patron, while a troubling rumor is circulating to the effect that he arranged this royal visit. As a member of the Syndicate, and desire within his powers to do so. As whispers can be believed, Lolorito's sole purpose for bringing the Sultana Limsa is to humiliate you, and by extension the Bismarck. Whatever his reasons, 'twould seem he is still intent on proving our creations wanting. So as to preserve our good name, it would be to your benefit to do as the Guildmaster suggests and learn all you can of the Sultana's taste. For this argument, you consult Tisha. Knowing her, she's already begun looking into the matter. Please give me clues. I have been expecting you. I may be more bookkeeper than chef, but I am no less a member of the Bismarck. As such, I mean to do all my power to see that you succeed in pleasing the Sultana. Lord Lolorito has gone to great lengths to prevent us from discovering the Sultana's preferences, but discover them we shall. At any given time, there will be a great many Aldens visiting Limsa, be it for business or pleasure. I suggest you begin by learning all you can from them. You might also wish to speak with Rup Ehcatl, a former colleague of mine at Melvan's Gate. As a customs officer, she has an overview of exports to Ulda. I realize that this may be a stretch, but we cannot have too many hints. Oh, now I'm just traveling fucking everywhere. Hi, Kokorama. That sounds like an amazing Lalafell name. You would know about the Sultana. Her Grace is possessed of a good heart. That much is plain. But that's my honest opinion. She is rather young to be ruling. Oh, her preference at the table. In that case, I know for a fact that she is partial to crown pie. I once went to a patisserie to buy one, only to be informed that Grace had bought out the entire shop. Nanamo be a glutton. Gigi Wazu. That sounds like a less pleasant Lalafell name. Why, yes, I do happen to come from Alda. Is there anything you require? You should know what the Sultan likes to eat. I scarcely qualify to judge such things, but I do recall this one time I went to the markets. There was a vendor crying his stock of meats, and if the fellow is to be believed, his beef was bound for the royal kitchens to be used to make beef stew for her Grace. I hope that helps. Gotta travel all over. Hi, Rose. What the Sultana likes to eat, you ask? I cannot claim first-hand knowledge, but some moons ago there was an article in the Mithril Eye. Her Grace was on a royal visit to Gridani where she reportedly fell in love with the local dish. Something called Trapper's Quiche, if memory serves. This person's gonna rub one out. Ah, you must be from the Bismarck. Let's just send word that you might be along to learn what manner of cuisine the Sultana enjoys. We do not have plain answers for you. I can tell you that Ehcatl suddenly vanished from the Limsa market right before Grace arrived. Some investigative work revealed that the tails were snapped up by the East Aldana Trading Company, which is chaired by none other than Lord Lolorito. Somehow I doubt that this is simple coincidence. After all, when one thinks of Ehcatl, one can't help but think of the eponymous dish, F-steak. I would wager that Lord Lolorito seeks to prevent you from making it. All the more reason to prepare a plate, no? Oh, back to Letitia. Let's go to Vesper Bay briefly, though. The game is telling me to go beat up Ifrit. That means I might as well talk to Thancred. Thancred wants you to vanquish Ifrit and has information that will help you to arrange an encounter. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. Just as your ranger said, I fear the Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. Of confrontation with the Lord Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than lend you my blade, but the students of Baldesion insisted that I refrain from taking to the field when it concerns primals. I know what the workings are, but it seemed that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everyone's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I'll focus on gathering and analyzing data. In other words, you're on desk duty. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. To go pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. Taylor Swift? One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you'll remember Minfila's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Hey, Taylor Swift. Thank you for coming. The Flame Journal will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we've already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit has returned. For sake of peace in the region, I humbly request that you vanquish him. The torment is to be found in the domain of the Bull of Embers. To get there, you must use the beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zaharak, the Amalja stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Aetherite or Aethernet from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know this from your fellow Scions, but the present incarnation of yours is far stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. I have to beat up Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan anyways for the main story. I think it's like 3 patches ahead that I have time for. And this first relic weapon quest is extensive. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Alright, over to the Aetherite. Any guys in here? No enemies hanging around? Alright, attune to this Aetherite. So I can go beat up Ifrit whenever needed. Oh, storm seals. Thanks. New regular duty. The Bowl of Embers hard, now accessible. We have culinarian things to do though. Hello, I have lots of info. Tis good to see you return, Michael. Judging by your elated expression, I take your investigation has borne fruit. 4 potential fruits, you say? An F-steak, a bowl of beef stew, a serving of trapper's quiche, and a crown pie. Picking which one the Sultana has the greatest tender for is a quandary. Why don't you just make all of them? Yeah, so why not prepare all of them? This is to be a grand banquet, is it not? It would certainly not be taken amiss for you to present several dishes. With that said, I best you get to work. Needless to say, all the dishes must be prepared to the highest standard. Once they are ready, please deliver them to the banquet venue. Speak with Xanthael at Bulwark's Hall, and he will grant you admittance. This is the moment of truth, Monica. Go and do us proud. Sure. It's like, remember that hero who like took down all those castrums and everything and beat the shit out of the ultimate weapon? She's cooking you dinner now. Hello, you're the culinarian Monica Darkstar. I'm informed that you will be serving the unobfuscated bowl of beef stew, a serving trapper's quiche, and a crown pie for the Admiral's banquet. My lords and ladies are beside themselves with anticipation. Pray do not keep them waiting over long. Alright, well... The stacks of 1. Oh, the dishes. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You may enter. Alright, cutscene for everyone eating delicious food. Lalafell majority. Tasty. Lobby to be like, dag nabbit. What, you not eating? That's right, you smug fucker. I do declare that was the most magnificent meal. My soul lamented that I cannot eat another bite. Would that had the girth of a gooboo? It gladdens me to see your grace so well satisfied. Forsooth, never have I known such satisfaction at table. You did not exaggerate when you told me that a culinarian of surpassing skill was to be found in Limsa. You're the culinarian? I mean, thanks to you, I have tasted heaven. My gratitude is yours. It's like, you don't know who I am? So what, this happened before the ultimate weapon shit? How could you possibly have known every one of Sultana's favorite dishes? Instead of being humiliated, she ends up winning her grace's adulation. Bah! Did you say something, Lord Lolorito? Nay, your grace, I was merely admiring the cuisine. As you say. Now then, my dear Colin, pray tell me your name. I would send to you a gift befitting your service this day. So how long ago did this happen? You were given to understand that I requested you by name? Forgive me, but there appears to be misunderstanding. I entrusted the arrangements wholly to Lord Lolorito. You're scheming something. G. Alright, done. G is onomatopoeia, a Japanese word for staring. Go watch Konosuba and watch Konosuba and watch Kazuma stare at the Megumin. I think she was trying to explain something. I think was it Union said something, and he's just like G in the background, just staring at her. Anyways, I'm back. We're all done. She was satisfied. I've heard all about it. You did it again. God bless ya. To have the Sultan herself praise your cooking as a taste of heaven. Hells, even I can't boast of such a feat. The Admiral commends me for training such a fine client, but I did no more than teach you what it means to be one. Make no mistake, 'twas you who did all the hard work. You surpassed even myself for fame, Monica. There ain't nothing left I can tell you, and you don't what you don't already can. I'm prouder than I've got any right to be. Ain't no modest accomplishment, lass. From here you'll go on to reach even greater heights in our craft, but wherever you end up, always remember words. It's passion what makes a culinarian. With that passion close to your heart, go and put smiles on the faces of folk with your cooking. You can be sure I'll keep striving to do the same. Alright, money. And culinarian stuff done. Yep, this concludes culinarian quests. A new chapter for New Game Plus. Do culinarian stuff. Take on Ifrit. Ah, there's an Ifrit. Harder bowl of embers. Harder, Ifrit. Now with more dash attacks. Alright, we're gonna fuck you up. There's a barrier, so no knockback for you. Nope. Eruption. Can you still stun that on hard? More eruptions. Radiant plumes, get out of the AoEs. This boss certainly isn't doing a lot of damage. Nailed it! And break the last nail. He's not gonna do his dash phase. Oh yeah, here come the dashes. Wee dash. Wee dash. Wee. Pew. Yep, outer plumes and inner plume. People got hit by plumes, but I think my shield just like pretty much removed any damage from it. Did it. You did. Do I actually have to have Omnilex equipped? I hope not. Wait, do I even have it still? Weapon upgrade because all my weapons are shit. Obtain a Howling Gale and a Howling Eyehard. I don't have that open yet. Oh well, blacksmithing things. Hello, long time no see, Brithale. Has a special task for you. Come a long way since you first joined up, lass. Since some Smitties might be content to eke out a living selling cheap tools and weapons, but not you. You won't be satisfied till you're the best, am I right? That stuff, always seeking to better yourself, ain't you? I respect that. If you've no motivation, it's only a matter of time before your work starts to suffer. Your customers start looking elsewhere, folks start whispering your best days are behind you, your wife runs off with a goddamn merchant. What is that, your life? And next thing you know, you're just another poor sod drowned in sorrows at the wench. But that won't happen to you, will it? You produced quality work back when we had to deal with them tree folk, and now I need you to do the same again. We're after another big contract. You see, there's a bloke in town who's looking to buy a boatload of steel, but he won't place an order till he's sure we can deliver first-rate stuff, so we need to send him a sample of our finest work. It takes a lot of skill to forge a bar of high-quality steel, but if you've got all the ingredients, you're halfway there. Saying that, it can still be a right pain in the arse. But only up to the task, lass. When you've made the thing, give it to the horse and merchant from before, Phasar, so he can deliver it to the client. Alright, here's how to do high quality stuff. Alright, give it to the phaser. I've got a couple of the bars, because the armor does the same thing. We meet again, assuming you're here to deliver the steel, know this. If it's not first rate, I won't present it to the client. Well, I mean, here, have this steel ingot. It's special. It's got an extra symbol beside it. Very well. Inside, Smith. Gonna inspect it. How's it looking there? Quite how you learned to smelt such excellent steel, I don't know. But I do know that it had not to do with your wretched mentor's teaching. Harder than mere iron, yet not so rigid as to be unworkable. It cannot have been easy determining the exact quality of bomb ash required to achieve such a balance. Speaking of which, just how did you acquire the ash? Don't tell me you went and slew the voids and fiends yourself. The markets are hardly a reliable source, I know, but risking death in a fire explosion is beyond reckless. So if that's what it took, I admire your dedication. I mean, can't it be mined? I expect your forge mouse will soon be receiving some good news. I only hope he remembers to toast your name when he adjourns to the wench to celebrate. Alright, thanks for the money. And back to the master. Alright, what have you got for the next one? Forge Master was eyeing you with an ominous grin on his face, and maybe wise to inquire as to why. Been waiting for you to come see me, lass, and you've got yourself an admirer, and I ain't talking about me or neither, I'm talking about someone else. It's only a matter of time before folks start asking questions about who was responsible for the guild's recent change in fortunes. You're to Costa del Sol out in Bloodshore? Because that's where your new mayor lives. In case you don't know the place, it's a favorite resort of all those rich and famous. That's right, I'm talking about one of them. Asked for you by name, they did. Said they wished to commission the great Monaco Darkstar and no other. Haha, this could be your chance, lass. If it ain't every day that we get invited to curry favor with such a wealthy, bleeding client. And first I thought it was just Bargot who was watching over you, but I'm beginning to think that two-faced bugger Nalta might have taken an interest in all. Anyway, you'll do it, won't you? Bah, of course you bloody will. You'd be goddamn fool to refuse. You need to trouble that bastard Phaser for the details. Oh, and though it sticks me in the throat to say it, I reckon you could probably thank the Chocobo's arse while you're at it. He's the one that's made this happen. Are you unphasered? Well met, Smith. I gather you've heard about the commission. I trust you understand what an honor this is, as well as what's at stake. The client in question is a distinguished person with tremendously high expectations. Should you fail to live up to them, it will reflect poorly on both you and your guild. As for myself, the last thing I need is a well-connected, old and telling his associates not to buy your products. Products I need hardly add, which I should very much like to sell them. In short, don't fail. Now I believe I saw Miss Kuswib arrived a moment ago. She is our client's representative. Go inside and introduce yourself to her. She'll explain the commission. Kuswib. Cussing weebs. Cuss weebs out. I've heard a great deal about you, Monica. I have a foul mouth. I'm a cuss weeb. As you may have heard, my master was captivated by tales of your exceptional craftsmanship and thought you the ideal candidate to undertake a commission of particular import to him. But even instructed, my master's estate boasts the most spectacular gardens in all of Costa del Sol. Its many botanical marvels owe much to the efforts of our chief groundsman, who has nurtured them since he was a lad. The dear old fellow has been with the family for generations now, and my master feels it is past time that his years of faithful service be recognized. And a better way to honor the tireless efforts of one's loyal servant than to present him with an exquisitely wrought example of the tool of his beloved trade. In short, my master would like to commission a plumed iron hatchet of the first order. Know that anything less than perfection will be deemed unacceptable. We trust you will not disappoint us. Sit back up. Don't sit down. Do you have the hatchet? Yes, it's right here. You may inspect it. It is the finest quality. Though I count myself no expert in such matters, even I am sensible to this hatchet's quality. It is magnificent. It's got chocobo feathers on it. Master Phaser's words do not do you justice. You are a veritable prodigy, madame. Your hatchet is more a work of art than a tool. When I run my fingers along his smooth leather grip and gaze upon his floss sparkling blade, I find that I am moved. It seems a great shame to allow such a masterpiece to be used for mere gardening, but tools are made for a purpose. Mayhap as the blade dulls in the grip wears, it can gain a different sort of beauty. But I'm beginning to sound like our chief groundsman, such a gentle soul. I'm quite sure that he will see the artistry in your creations, while I may even serve to inspire him in his own craft. You should be proud. On behalf of my lord, I thank you. Pray give my regards to Master Phaser. Alright. I gotta go back to the Phaser. You happy now? You douche. You suddenly rose to the occasion. Expertly done, Smith. It seems Miss Cussweeb has marked you out as the crafter of outstanding skill. If her master agrees with her assessment, then this may well be the first of many such commissions. You have every right to be proud. I suppose your mentor will want to know what's transpired. I swear your talents are truly wasted serving that fool. You may tell him I said so if you wish. You're a damn good smith. You can do better. Ah, there you are, lass. Will you tell us how it went then? Hey, he said that, did he? Cheeky sod, talking like he knows what it means to be a smithy. Though no one knows better than me, and I've only ever wanted what's best for you. I still remember the day when you first walked in. You know, 'twas clear to me even then that he'd got a will of iron. Something in your eyes there was. Something has told me that you'd give all to the craft, not for coin or for fame, but for the sake of making something good. And that's just what we need around here. So don't let us down. Stick with us, and we'll do right by you. All right, more money, please. All right, now what do we got here? Forge Master had to take on more smithing than he can anvil. Something was brewing in my belly. I tell you, I can't seem to keep anything down. Too many at the wench, I reckon. Couldn't have come at a worse time either, with Phaser breathing down my neck. Now it comes to the market, you've never been a tighter miser than old Phaser. But at the Coliseum, the man throws gold at fighters like water at a fire. They know it too, so they ask their patron for a new blade. And once they get their blade, now it's a bigger, sharper, shinier blade. Before you know it, I'm wasting my waking bells forging weapons for folk that ain't got arms enough to wield them all. Don't get me wrong, I'd gladly take the horseman's coin, but I ain't up to it this time, on account of my condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making in my stead. Have a word with Phaser and see what he wants. Alright, what do you need now? So, he sends you to me again? I'm flattered he holds me in such high esteem. As you may have heard, I have an eye for able warriors, yet without the proper arms and armaments, ability is for naught. Horse, you want steel budge? You don't budge on that. Booge? Bahudge. Of equal parts splendor and might, and Brazil shall know the bounty of my generosity. But fill me on con, and I will be forced to reconsider my arrangement with Naldic and Vimeles. I think it's pronounced Budge, but it is an axe knife. Thanks, Wikipedia. Alright, make the greatest weapon you've ever made, then throw it away and make me a better one. Alright, well, here you go. Inspect it. Be delighted. Come with my gift? Excellent, let's have a look, shall we? Inspect it. I demand nothing short of perfection, and you have exceeded my every expectation. A finer Budge I've never seen. A well oak haft with a solid steel blade, more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an orc's neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Yes, the glow of the steel wood you have forged me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. I see my trust in you is not misplaced, and I trust I shall have need of your skills in the future. Thanks for more coin. Dude hammering in the background. And gain a level. Next level, 1,000,000 experience. Forge Master Berthels needs an able blacksmith to set an example. Alright, what am I doing now? The contracts you've helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune if you can find the hands to keep up with the demand, that is. Quite a name you've made for yourself in the process. You've got your head in the forge, so you don't hear what I do. All over the ports, I hear the chatter of sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Monica's forge, and I assume they ain't alone. Hell, it's gotten to the point where half your fellow smithies are asking that you forge their smitten tools. It's your time to make them one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for would be one wrapped Crosby camera, a true example of shine and excellence, which all of its kind would be held. Let's see, last reckon you can do the forge mates your favor? Yeah, I can do that. Here. I'm already done. I'm asking for a single wrapped Crosby camera of the finest quality. Sure. Here you go. Alright, everyone shall be in awe. Even you. By Bargod's beard! I thought that the brutish chills of force could possess such beauty. The hammer's claw evokes the elegance and ruthless efficiency of a golden beak plucking worms from the ground. And it's flawlessly counterbalanced the asymmetry by the face. Not in the wildest forge of France could I have ever envisioned laying hands on or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Hells, I reckon it's too perfect show to the lot. To look upon The daunting heights of such peak profession would surely discourage even the boldest of budding blacksmiths. On the other hand, it ought to put those uppity smithies in their place. Besides, it'd be a crime to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it'll serve as inspiration to your forge mates, and maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. Well, that was an easy quest. Thanks for like 15% towards my next level. Alright, he's delighted to see me. Tis a good time to be a city. Clients are banging down our doors, clamoring for our wares, and to think it's all because one fateful day I had the foresight to let you join our ranks. Smartest thing I've ever done. And in prosperous times such as these, you can't help but be in high spirits. Even your own most hated enemies start to seem like decent folk. Why, just the other day I downed a few pints with old Phaser. Oh, speaking of which, he was going on about this lady gladiator that caught his eye, one he'd like to lavish with gifts. Said he didn't mind to have you forge the weapons. But you know him. Demanded to speak to you in person. Best go and oblige the bastard. Alright. Just keep on heading out over to here. Or he's just hanging out. Hello, good of you to come. I knew no other whom I could call upon. Her name is Muriel. She is both muse and genius. A portrait of grace and beauty amid the carnage of war. Expertly versed in every technical discipline of combat. Muriel is more than a mere gladiator, she's an artist. If she is to paint the battlefield red, only the finest of instruments will suffice. Such instruments can only be created by the greatest of blacksmiths. Thus I'll ask of you for a pair of cobalt knuckles, a buccaneer's bardiche, and a cobalt shamshir with which she might reign over the Colosseum like the goddess she is. I will inspect your work when it is complete, though I have little reason to doubt your capabilities. I will not present to Muriel anything less than the perfection. Well, guess what? I am done. Knuckles, bardiche, shamshir. That must be for a goddess. You may have these. Look upon my fine wares, good sir. While your weapons look most impressive, I must properly appraise your work. Inside. That's right, appraise them. Now the knuckles is a sturdy and stable design for a straightforward weapon. The lack of superfluous ornamentation speaks to an emphasis on function. Next we have this gigantic axe. Brutish base weapon born of the beast tribes. I feel barbaric orange might sully Muriel's angelic hands, but I firmly believe there is no weapon her feminine touch cannot civilize. The shamshir, the selective curvature of the blade is sinister in its simplicity. You have taken notoriously obstinate cobalt and bent it to your will. Again, you exceed my every expectation. I can only imagine Muriel's joy upon seeing such splendid wares. Let her gaze upon the face of one who forged them. You will find her aboard the Astalicia. Alright, delivery. Travel all the way to the far ends of the lower decks. I ship that. I'm here to give you some cool weapons. Hello, looks like you want to kick some ass. I guess the gifts I was promised. It's good to know if Phaser is a man of his word, though personally I prefer a woman of action. Show me what you've got. Take a look at my finest wares. Most impressive indeed, I'm humbled. With your weapons and my grip, victory is all but assured. Phaser certainly possesses an eye for the finer things, yet the eye that finds beauty interests me less than the hands that crafted the strong, skilled hands of an artisan like yourself. Gladiator and blacksmith make quite a pair, do we not? What is a weapon without a wielder, or a wielder without a weapon? We complete each other. I came to Limsa to see your wares at the old man's behest and found everything he promised and more. Know that in the heat of battle, as I clutch them tightly in my hands, my thoughts will be of you. So, what? You want to get married to me or something? I have to climb down the stairs, do I? You can't just jump off? Yes, they'll let me jump off. Alright, final blacksmith quest. Special commission only you can handle. Good news, the gladiator you outfitted Muriel done the work of 1,000,000 merchants for us since. Her name's on the lips of every Colosseum fan, and the name of the smithy had forged our armaments. Our arms be selling fast, and we can forge them, and every member of the guild is reaping the benefits. The ale will flow like wine at the wench tonight. Of course, customers, they've been asking for you by name, but I tell them you ain't got the time to personally craft all their butchers' knives and bric-a-brac. Certainly no intention of shoveling that drudgery off on you. There's one commission that requires your personal attention. I reckon this one comes to us by way of Phaser, so pay the man a visit. Before you go, a word of warning. Phaser's a solemn soul to begin with, but the job's got him wound tighter than ever, judging from his countenance. Best be prepared for a bleeding tough challenge. Will it be, though? I'm pretty sure I already got it done. Because, you know, Google things. Hello. What do you need now? There you are, hear me, Monica. None other than the finest blacksmith in all of Vilbrand will do for this task. So renowned are your weapons that your name echoes to the distant woods of Gridania, so powerfully forged that has bent their disdain for steel into admiration. As such, a former champion of the Colosseum living amid the leaves has contacted me in hopes of engaging your services. That is all I can say. The rest she would tell you herself. The clown wishes to meet with you in private and waiting for you on the platform just below the drowning wench. Pray do not keep her waiting. This person hiding down below? Yep. I see you down there. Wish I knew my way around here better. But you rarely go down to those areas. This way? Weren't there ninja things that I did down here? Oh, hi guys. What's going on here? Just hanging out? What's up, kitty? You need to see me for something? An honor. I appreciate you coming all this way to meet with me. I'm told that you're a blacksmith out here. That's for the reason that I've come to seek your assistance. The sword I would have you forge must befit a storied Colosseum champion, rather a man who would become one once more. This gladiator has recently returned to Alden and has chosen to fight under a different name, you see. Perhaps you're familiar with the Bronze Bull? I thought not. His performance on the Blood Sands has been less than stellar. Despite his wealth of experience, he struggles. I've seen him fight. His weapons are his weakness, but I fear he thinks himself at fault. Which brings me to my request. I am to arm the Bronze Bull with a quality cobalt winglet strengthened with a savage white materia of the 3rd grade. He is a far greater gladiator than his record suggests and deserves better than the rubbish he wields. When the sword is ready delivered to Phaser, he shall see that the Bronze Bull receives it. No problem. In fact, it's already done. Alright, Phaser. And where are the clan specifications? As soon as I verify that your sword is to your satisfaction, I shall contact the intended recipient. Well, here you go. You've outdone yourself yet again. Your task is almost complete. In most peculiar request, the client wishes to be on hand, yet out of sight for the purveyance of her gift. I shall attend to the arrangements. You need only be ready. Alright, delivery. The sword's bigger than she is. Shiny. Since when have you taken a fancy to a male gladiator, Phaser? What's all this really about? I assure you will not be displeased. Quite the opposite, I should hope. I'm pleased, then? Precisely, we come bearing a gift. A big fucking sword. A gift? For me? Ha! Give it to someone who deserves it. I'm in no mood to be fawned over. Due to your mounting defeats, no doubt. I know my record, merchant. Well, that was the very reason I believe this gift will lift your spirits. Behold the cure for your recent woes, a sword like no other. That's right, big fucking sword. This blade, I've never seen its equal. Did you forge this, smith? Glad you like it. Dual wield. I would be proud to call it my own. I believe that's precisely what our patron intended. Care to tell me who your patron is and why he sees fit to confer upon me such a treasure? I can say only that she prays for your success. It is her hope that with this... Nope, skipped that by accident. The sword is such that all who walk it become lost. Her words, eh? Just get married already. Well, I don't see why she had to orchestrate this amorous farce. I would have gladly accepted the sword from her in person. Oh? I thought the calamity had claimed her life. Yeah, shouldn't have been to think the Hellfire Phoenix would die so easily. Surprise! And now it is my turn to take wing. She's like, my job here is done. On my honor, I shall one day stand atop the Colosseum and do this sword justice. Bye. Alright, you happy that your husband's fine? Greenfar's no fool. I expect he knew I was present the moment his words left Phaser's lips. Why did I not give him the sword in person? It is complicated. Simply put, I will not involve myself directly in Colosseum affairs. Long ago, I swore never again to take up sword or spear for sport. I've trusted the Forge Master with your honorarium. Please accept it with my heartfelt thanks. Whoa, camera, please. Alright, all done. Well, look who's back from bringing in another fortune. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you're doing it for us. If you had something come come along when you did and helped us turn things around with your quality smith, and I reckon I'd be another worthless drunk drowning my sorrows at the wench. Instead, I'm a happily employed drunk celebrating my successes at the wench. You know, any luck with a tool can put passion into your work, but to have it come out the other side and affect folk is true artistry. Make no mistake, lass, the impact of what you've done for the guild will be felt for years to come. You're one of the best goddamn smithies I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. And there ain't nothing more to say than that. Alright. Monies. You are now finished for ARR. You must do the story before you can do more. Alright, so I think next time maybe we'll start with doing the armor quests, which are right beside here. And maybe make some more advances on Relic Reborn? I don't know, there's still so many quests to do. So much stuff to do before I reach Heaven's Ward. Thanks for watching! Did you like this video? If you did, like it, leave a comment, and share it. You can click on the left button to subscribe, and the right button to watch more Lalafell adventures. Thanks for watching!